Picture the sun-bleached Judean desert, where limestone cliffs guard the Dead Sea. For nearly 2 millennia, these cliffs hid a secret sealed in clay jars, untouched by time and turmoil. Not gold or jewels, but the words and beliefs of a vanished people preserved through centuries of silence. Their community disappeared, but their writings endured, waiting in darkness to reveal a pivotal moment in human history. The scrolls held mysteries that could reshape our understanding of ancient Judaism and the roots of Christianity. This silence was finally broken by a young shepherd boy searching for a lost goat, a stone thrown in boredom, shattered pottery, and history. That single act began the revelation of one of archaeology's greatest discoveries. The whispers from the caves were about to become a roar echoing from the ancient world to our own. The story of the Dead Sea Scrolls was about to begin. The Dead Sea Scrolls are a vast collection of ancient manuscripts, over 900 in total. Written mainly in Hebrew with some in Aramaic and Greek, they include the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible. Before their discovery, the oldest biblical manuscripts were 1,000 years younger. The scrolls opened a window into the Second Temple period, a time of religious and political upheaval. Judaism then was diverse, not monolithic, and the scrolls revealed this vibrant complexity. They offer a glimpse into the daily life, rituals, and beliefs of a desert community devoted to spiritual purity. The library is divided into 3 categories: biblical texts, non-biblical writings like commentaries and hymns, and sectarian documents detailing the community's unique rules. For the first time, we could hear the voices of a group previously known only through their critics. These texts are more than relics, they are a direct link to our distant past. The Dead Sea Scrolls are a treasure of humanity, preserving a world on the brink of transformation. They challenge and enrich our understanding of faith, history, and identity. This ancient library, hidden for centuries, now belongs to us all. The legend begins in 1946 or 1947, with a Bedouin shepherd named Muhammad ed-Dib. While searching for a stray goat near Qumran, he noticed a cave and tossed in a stone. Instead of silence, he heard pottery shatter. Returning with his cousin, they entered the cave and found tall clay jars, some still sealed. Inside were linen-wrapped bundles, ancient scrolls, brittle and mysterious. Disappointed by the lack of treasure, they took several scrolls, unaware of their significance. They had stumbled into a time capsule, the first of 11 caves that would yield the Dead Sea Scrolls. The scroll's name comes from these caves, perched above the Dead Sea's silent shores. What began as a search for a goat became a discovery that would change history. The world was about to learn the secrets hidden in the desert's heart. A simple act had bridged 2,000 years. The Dead Sea Scrolls emerged from darkness into the light of scholarship. Their story had only just begun. Who wrote and hid these scrolls? Most scholars point to the Essenes, a Jewish sect from the Second Temple period. Ancient historians describe them as devout, ascetic, and separate from mainstream Jewish life, rejecting the temple priesthood as corrupt. The Essenes saw themselves as the true remnant of Israel, awaiting an imminent apocalyptic battle between good and evil. Life at Qumran was communal and disciplined. Property was shared, meals eaten in silence, and ritual purity strictly observed. Their days revolved around prayer, scripture study, and manual labor. They followed a unique solar calendar, setting themselves apart from the temple authorities. The Essenes believed they were a living sanctuary, preserving holiness in the wilderness. The scrolls are the legacy of this community, an enduring testament to their vision and faith. In the desert, they sought purity and truth, leaving behind a library that still speaks to us today. What do the scrolls contain? About a quarter are copies of Hebrew Bible books, everyone except Esther. Deuteronomy, Isaiah, and Psalms were especially valued, with many copies found. These biblical scrolls reveal that the text was still evolving, with variations predating later standardization. Other writings, apocryphal and pseudepigraphical, expand on biblical stories and offer new prophecies, showing the blurred line between scripture and tradition. The most distinctive are the sectarian texts, the community rule, the war scroll, the temple scroll, and poetic thanksgiving hymns. These documents provide a direct window into the Essenes' beliefs, rituals, and hopes for the end of days. The community interpreted scripture as living prophecy, relevant to their own time. Their commentaries, or pesharim, read ancient texts as messages for their present. The Dead Sea Scrolls offer a complete intellectual and spiritual portrait of a people awaiting the world's transformation. Their words still resonate, bridging past and present. The scrolls' journey from cave to scholars was dramatic. After their discovery, the Bedouins sold the scrolls to a Bethlehem antiquities dealer, Kando, who recognized their potential value. 4 scrolls reached St. Mark's Monastery in Jerusalem, while 3 others were sold to Professor Eleazar Sukenik at Hebrew University. Sukenik realized their immense significance on the very day the UN voted to partition Palestine. As political turmoil erupted, a frantic race began. Archaeologists and Bedouin alike scoured the cliffs for more scrolls. The Bedouin, familiar with the terrain, found most of the fragments, selling them to scholars. Meanwhile, Archbishop Samuel of St. Mark's Monastery took his 4 scrolls to the US seeking a buyer. In 1954, he placed a classified ad in the Wall Street Journal. The 4 Dead Sea Scrolls are for sale. Israeli archaeologist Yigael Yadin, Sukenik's son, saw the ad and arranged their purchase for Israel. All 7 original scrolls from Cave 1 were finally reunited in Jerusalem. The scrolls' odyssey reflected the chaos and hope of a changing world. Their preservation became a symbol of cultural heritage reclaimed. The Dead Sea Scrolls revolutionized biblical studies, providing texts 1,000 years older than any previously known. They revealed both the remarkable preservation and the early diversity of biblical tradition. The scrolls gave context to the world of the New Testament, showing that many ideas attributed to John the Baptist and Jesus were part of broader Jewish thought. For years, access to the scrolls was restricted, fueling controversy and wild theories, none of which held up to scrutiny. The scrolls are Jewish texts. They do not mention Jesus, but they illuminate the world from which Christianity emerged. Today, technology allows us to read even the most damaged fragments and to share the entire library online. Each new discovery adds to our understanding of this ancient world. The story of the Dead Sea Scrolls is ongoing, a reminder that the desert may still hold secrets. Their words continue to challenge, enlighten, and inspire, proving that history is a living story. The whispers from the caves still echo, inviting us to listen and learn.